At school, Maya was known as the quiet bookworm. She loved reading more than anything, and she found comfort hiding behind her novels. But to the popular kids, this made her an easy target. Every time she walked down the hallway with a book tucked under her arm, whispers followed her like shadows. "Look at this weirdo," one girl sneered loudly, making sure Maya heard. They giggled, pointed at her clothes, and mocked her glasses. She pretended not to care, but every insult left a bruise deeper than anyone knew. What none of them realized was that Maya wasn't shy, she was strong, brilliant, and full of unspoken potential. But she believed showing her real self would only invite more cruelty. Still, she endured each day with quiet dignity, refusing to let the bullying take away her love for books. While others judged her for her appearance, Maya carried stories inside her that made her world beautiful. Little did they know, the girl they called nerd would soon reveal strength they never imagined. One afternoon, the bullying escalated beyond words. The mean girls spotted Maya sitting alone under a tree, reading peacefully. With wicked smiles, they approached. "I think I found your little girlfriend," one teased another boy, who laughed loudly. They grabbed Maya's book, tossing it around like a toy. Maya panicked, reaching for it desperately. "Can you give that back, please?" she pleaded softly. Instead of compassion, they smirked and stepped back. "Come get it from me," one taunted. But Maya wasn't aggressive, she simply stood there, trembling. The crowd began to laugh. "Are you gonna cry?" another mocked. Then, in an act of pure cruelty, the girl took her drink and splashed it all over Maya's face and clothes. The icy liquid ran down her cheeks as the bullies burst into laughter. "Nerdy freak," they shouted while walking away. Maya stood frozen, humiliated and hurting. What they didn't know was that this moment would become the turning point, the moment Maya decided she wouldn't stay silent anymore. After the crowd dispersed, Maya slowly walked toward the restroom, her clothes dripping and sticky from the spilled drink. She locked herself inside a stall and finally allowed the tears she had been holding back to fall. Her reflection in the mirror showed pain, embarrassment, and exhaustion, yet behind her swollen eyes lived resilience. She wiped her glasses, trying to steady her breathing. For a long moment, she questioned why people treated her this way. Was it her clothes? Her silence? Her love for books? But deep inside, Maya knew the truth, their cruelty came from their own insecurities, not her worth. Still, the bullying had crossed a line. She felt something shift inside her, an awakening. She knew she deserved better, and she knew she couldn't keep letting people step on her. She didn't know how to fight back, but she vowed to find strength. For now, she pulled herself together, washed her face, and walked out with quiet determination. This moment of breaking would soon become the beginning of her rise. Over the next few days, Maya focused on something else, her upcoming school competition. Nobody knew she had been selected to present a major project representing the entire class. She kept her achievements private because she knew people judged her before knowing her abilities. But deep down, Maya had spent months researching, writing, and preparing something extraordinary. She was not just a book lover, she was one of the smartest students in school, with creativity that outshined everyone. When the competition day arrived, Maya stood on stage. The bullies sat in the audience, unaware that the nerd they mocked was the star of the event. As she spoke, the room fell silent. Her voice was confident, clear, and powerful. Her knowledge, passion, and talent unfolded like a blooming flower, leaving everyone in awe. The same kids who laughed at her now watched in disbelief. Maya wasn't just smart, she was brilliant. For the first time, they saw the real person behind the books. When Maya finished speaking, the entire hall erupted in applause. Teachers praised her, judges congratulated her, and students admired her confidence. But the bullies sat frozen, realizing the girl they mocked was far more impressive than any of them. They felt a sting of guilt, something they never expected. The girl they humiliated turned out to be the most talented among them. After the event, one of the bullies nervously approached Maya. "Hey, about the other day. I'm sorry." But Maya didn't respond with anger. She simply nodded politely. She didn't need revenge, her success was enough. The bullies walked away feeling embarrassed and exposed. Their judgment had backfired, and now they regretted every insult thrown at her. They finally understood, the quietest person can have the loudest triumph. In the coming days, everything changed. Students who once ignored Maya now looked at her with respect. Teachers admired her perseverance and strength. But most importantly, Maya admired herself. She realized she never needed validation from anyone. Her worth was never defined by how she looked, it was defined by her kindness, intelligence, and resilience. The bullies learned a painful but valuable lesson: never judge someone by their appearance. The quiet girl with glasses, the one they called names, turned out to be the one with the brightest mind and the strongest heart. Maya continued reading and growing, but now she walked with her head held high, not to impress anyone, but because she finally knew her own value. Her story became a reminder to everyone: a book's cover doesn't define its story, just like a person's appearance doesn't define their soul.